morning, students. Now we are learning our first lesson, laws of motion. In our last online class, we have seen about the topics mass of the earth, variation of acceleration due to gravity g, and then mass and weight. Let me once again recall the topics. Students, we can easily calculate the mass of the earth by rearranging the equation 1.14. So what is equation 1.14? G equal to gm by r square. G is nothing but, small g is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. Capital G is nothing but universal gravitational constant. And then capital M is mass of the earth, and then capital R radius of the earth. So by rearranging this equation, we can able to calculate mass of the earth. Mass of the earth M equal to G R square divided by capital G. So here G is acceleration due to gravity, R is radius of the earth, and capital G is universal gravitational constant. Students, by substituting the known value of small g, capital R and capital G, so you can calculate the mass of the earth as M equal to 5.972 into 10 to the power of 24 kg. So this is important 1 mark question. And then variation of acceleration due to gravity, small g. So acceleration due to gravity is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. So its value changes from one place to another, because in pole region acceleration due to gravity is maximum, and then in equatorial region acceleration due to gravity is minimum. This is due to geometric radius of the earth is maximum in the equatorial region and minimum in the polar region. Hence the value of G is maximum in polar region and minimum at the equatorial region. And then when you move higher altitude from the surface of earth, G reduces. So acceleration due to gravity reduces. At the same time, when you move deep below the surface of the earth, the value of G reduces, and then the value of G is 0 at the center of the earth. So there are 4 conditions. Acceleration due to gravity changes with respect to geometric radius of the earth. So acceleration due to gravity is maximum at a polar region and a minimum at a equatorial region. And then when it move higher altitude from the earth's surface, the value G reduces. At the same time, when you move deep the surface of the earth, the value reduces, and then the value of G is 0 at the center of the earth. And then our next topic is mass and weight. So mass is the basic property of the body. We know that mass will never change. So mass is defined as the quantity of matter contained in a body, and then SI unit of mass is kilogram, and then weight is defined as the gravitational force acting on a body or exerted on a body, and then W equal to gravitational force. So W equal to M into G. M is nothing but mass and G is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. So here G equal to acceleration due to gravity for the earth at sea level is 9.8 meter per second square. And then weight is a vector quantity. Weight is a vector quantity. It have both magnitude and direction. So the direction of weight is always towards the center of the earth. And then very important one more question. SI unit of weight is Newton. And then the weight of body varies from one place to another place because it depends upon the acceleration due to gravity of the earth. So the weight of the body is more at the polar region and then at the equatorial region. So finally the weight of the body is more at poles than at the equatorial region. Important one mark question. And then the value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of moon is 1.625. So this also important one mark question. The value of the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of moon is 1.625 meter per second square. And then this is about 0.1654 times the acceleration due to gravity of the earth. So if a person whose mass is 60 kg stand on the surface of earth, his weight would be 588 Newton. Here we are going to substitute the formula W equal to M into G. So W equal to mass is nothing but 60 kg into G value is nothing but 9.8. So by product value we can get 588 Newton. The same person goes to the surface of moon, he would be weight only 97.5 Newton. So 60 into, so listen carefully, here you have to substitute the gravitational value of moon. So 60 into 1.625. So but his mass remains same. Mass will never change. So mass remains same 60 kg on the both earth and moon. Students, up to this we have seen in our last online class. Our today's topic is apparent weight. Apparent weight is the weight of the body acquired due to action of gravity. So this is the important word. So apparent weight is the weight of the body acquired due to the action of gravity and other external forces acting on the body. So because our heading is nothing but apparent weight, so you must know what is mean by apparent weight. So apparent weight is the weight of the body acquired due to action of gravity and other external forces. Let us see this from the following illustration. So let us consider person of mass m who traveling in lift. See in this picture, a person who standing inside the lift, a person moving in lift. The actual weight of the person is W equal to m into g, actual weight, which is acting vertically downward, The reaction force exerted by the lift surface R is taken as apparent weight. So the reaction force, because according to Newton's third law, we know that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So the reaction force exerted by the lift surface, very important, lift surface, R taken as apparent weight, is acting vertically upward. So the weight equal to mg, which is acting vertically downward, and then apparent weight is acting vertically upward. These two conditions are very, very important. So weight W equal to mg acting vertically downward, and then the apparent weight is acting vertically upward. See in this picture, m into g. So in this picture, m into g is nothing but W. Weight is acting downward. The arrow mark is given here, downward arrow mark, and then apparent weight R is acting upward. So here R is acting upward and then W is acting downward. Table 1.2, apparent weight of a person in a moving lift. Students, here they given 4 cases. Case 1, lift is moving upward with an acceleration A. Case 2, lift is moving downward with an acceleration A. And then case 3, lift is at rest. And then case 4, lift is falling freely downwards. So these are the 4 cases. So let me explain you one by one. So let us first learn the condition. Lift is at rest. Lift is at rest. Consider a person is standing inside the lift, but lift is at rest. So standing in the lift, this is weight W acting downward, and then this is apparent weight R. So R plus minus W, because here W is acting downward. So here we giving negative sign, equal to F net force, and then R plus minus W equal to 0. Why here 0? Because the lift is at what? Rest. Lift is not moving. So the net force F net is 0. Here R equal to W. So apparent weight is equal to actual weight. So lift is at rest. R minus W equal to F net. So R equal to W. This is condition nothing but apparent weight R is equal to weight, actual weight. So see here the arrow mark. The both arrow mark are having same magnitude. Same magnitude is nothing but same length. And then our next condition, lift moving upward. So consider this as a lift, and then a person standing inside the lift, and then W weight is acting downward, and then apparent weight R is acting upward. See the arrow mark, the R is greater than W. So here nothing but when the lift moving in the upward, apparent weight R is greater than the actual weight W. So let me now explain the concept. So R minus W, because R acting upward, so plus, and then minus W is acting, weight is acting downward, so W equal to F net force equal to M into A. We know that force equal to mass into acceleration. So R minus W equal to M into A, and then R equal to W plus M into A, and then R equal to, we know that W equal to M into G, weight equal to mass into gravity. So here we are going to substitute for W M into G plus M into A, and then R equal to M G plus A. Students, our next condition, lift moving downward. So consider lift and then person standing inside the lift, and then now lift is moving downward. So this is the arrow mark which indicates the weight of the person W, and then upward arrow mark is mean for apparent weight R. So long arrow mark, actual weight is greater than the apparent weight R. So when lift moving downward, the person will feel overweight. So this is mentioned here, W actual weight is greater than the apparent weight R. R plus minus W equal to F net equal to minus M into A. because here lift is moving downward. So minus m into a, and then r minus w equal to minus m into a, and then r equal to w minus m into a, and then r equal to m into g minus m into a. So in this term m is common, so we are going to take outside. So r equal to m g minus a. So in the condition lift moving downward, actual weight W is greater than the apparent weight R. And then our last condition, free fall. Free fall. Consider lift and then person standing inside the lift. Downward arrow mark is for actual weight W, and then here apparent weight R is absent. So R minus W equal to F net equal to minus M into G, because here the lift is falling freely with acceleration due to gravity, and then R minus W equal to minus M into G, and then R equal to W minus M into G, and then R equal to M into G minus M into G, and then here plus M into G and minus M into G cancel each other, so R equal to 0. So apparent weight is 0 in the case of free fall. Students, up to this our 4 conditions over. So kindly write this in your classwork note. Students, remaining topics we will discuss in our next online class. Thank you. Have a nice day.